Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Most men follow a woman's agenda. And that's where the problems lie. That's where the problems lie. Most men out here following a woman's agenda. You know, if women say, you gotta dress like a pirate to get some of their nani, you know, by 6 o'clock the next day, 6 p.m. the next day, 24 hours, you know, there'll be a run on like pirate clothing. Shoot, somebody would start a business overnight with that. Shoot, some of these Halloween places, please, all their pirate costumes are going there. People are like, hey, everybody want to be pirates. But then dudes be walking down the street wearing them. Let's just be real on it. Because most men follow whatever the women say that they want. Notice I say that they want. Ironically, women will the women will follow another type of man's agenda. And let's just be real. Without further ado, the select man's agenda. And I'm gonna get into that in a little bit. But the reality is most men are doing what the women want. And, you know, I'll say the non-select, you can say the betas, you can say the 80%. But whatever, they following the women. And let's just be real. Let's just keep it real. They doing so for sex. Many men are getting into professions. For what? They get attention from the women. Many men are buying cars that they can barely afford. Why? They think it'll get women. Even certain styles. Like, I'm gonna use a tattoo example. I've talked before about that. I don't have any tattoos. I say my tattoos are my scars because I wanted to get a tattoo. I was thinking about getting a tattoo before they became popular, but since they become popular, my very nature is to always go the other direction. So if everybody's going right, I'm walking left. If everybody's running, I'm walking. In fact, just on a little tangent, I remember in high school, I was in this, we were doing some plays, a Christmas play. And it was just basically some skits, Saturday Night Live style skits and stuff. And I remember the director of the play, he said, everybody was on stage and he said, hey, everybody run and sit down in the audience. And everybody ran except me. I just walked. And the director actually looked me in the eye and he said, you know what, I like how you did that. But anyway, back to the main thing. Many guys, you got guys committing crimes. People talk about Pookie and Ray Ray. A lot of guys committing the crimes to get money, basically to feed, to gratify women. A lot of guys doing stuff, wearing styles, even beard game to an extent. Even beard game. I mean, I know a lot of guys out there got the beards and everything, but when women said, oh, we like beards, you got guys with fake beards out here. Like, man, like if women like you already got women who like shaved head men. You already have that, despite what some men think. You got some women who actually like that. But if you get a critical mass of women to say, oh, we like shaved heads, guess what'll happen? And indeed that bald and bearded is actually very popular anyway. But if you get a whole bunch of women who really said that, or if a bunch of women said, yeah, we like hair going down, like hanging down your back or something. Oh, shoot, you'd be getting some ponytails, everything. But here's the thing. Most men are doing it to please women, to try to get women. They're doing it for the sex, what they for. Right? Now, here's an interesting thing. It's a problem because it gives women control. It gives them some leverage. And then what's guys complaining about? Oh, the women doing this and that. But you're doing it for her poo. You're doing it for her poo. Now, here's the irony. The truly select men, the alphas, the women are following their agenda. Like, I've always talked about Mr. Goodbar. That guy with the raw sex appeal. He deals with women on his terms. And when he's finished dealing with her, he dismisses her like the maid. He don't follow her agenda for one reason. He don't have to do anything. She's throwing the sex at him. So that's taking the thing off off the board. The whole men doing something for the women for sex. If the woman's already handed it to you, it's like, well, shit, I'll just be myself. And in fact, we don't talk enough about pimping, which is, they don't mean go out there and put women on a stroll or anything get like that. But there's a lot to be learned from the pimp philosophy. Shout out the pimp god. He'll tell you there's a lot to be learned. Because one, what's the main reason a man really follows a woman's agenda? Sex. And that's why he might, that's why he'll trick. That's why he might even travel to trick. Let's just be real. Let's just keep it a buck. Okay? Let's just keep it a buck. Most men are doing what they do for the 90. And that's normal to even want it and stuff. But what happens when you can legitimately trump that card? When you can legitimately do it, that gives you some control, because then you're not doing something for the woman's sake, you're doing it for your own. And let me differentiate between that, because you got some guys out here, well, I don't be chasing, I don't doing all that. They can't get a woman anyway. Let's just be real. And then they try to play it off like, oh no, I ain't messing with him and stuff. Like I remember this guy I had worked with. He got rejected by this woman. He got rejected. He said, no, I don't really want him anyway. And then about 6 months later, he's married to a woman, a single mother. Seriously, it's like, and that's the thing you got to think. Now, legitimate guy trumping the P card, he can only be legitimate with it if the women throwing it at him. Because it's easy to trump something. It's easy to say, well, I don't want women with sex like that if they ain't trying to get you any. Yeah, I said get you any. Sometimes I gotta let Southeast DC come out sometime. But seriously, it's easy. It's easy. If the women ain't trying to get with you anyway, how you even gonna say that you trumping the P card, or that you dealing with them on the terms if they ain't trying to get with you anyway? Because I'm gonna tell you what, every single time I've seen a man say that, but he wasn't getting it anyway, as soon as a attractive woman even smiles at him, he changes up. But then the guy who legitimately got control over it, he legitimately got sexual discipline and everything, who women legitimately find attractive. Oh, please, he's trumping it. Like that's what I said, you can learn actually from what the pimps are doing. Like I said, you don't have to put a woman out there, but one of their main things is discipline. That's one of the main reasons. So the woman, and that's her power. So she realizes that's her ultimate power. That's her ultimate power. She can be smaller than a man, petite, but she knows some man gonna want her. I remember I had an overweight woman tell me that. She told me that. She said, I'm always gonna get a man. And I've seen some that did. But if you're a man who can trump that, boom. But the reality is most men, they don't have that discipline, or they don't want to take the lessons that pimps give, men like me give, the Mr. Goodbars give, the gigolos give. They don't want to take it and learn it. And that's where the power is. Develop your sexual or to the point women want you, but then only deal with them on your terms. That's where the power is. In fact, in my book, Nice Guys and Players, I told the Mr. Goodbars, if they kind of want to change up their craziness, they got to exercise some discipline. But the bottom line is ultimately it comes down to having control over your dick. Once you have real control over your dick, and you're only going to know when the women throwing it at you and you can say, no, not her. When you can reject women, that's when you're going to know. Let's put it like this. When you legitimately, not trying to fake or cap, and really women ain't trying to get at you anyway. Like you say, yeah, I don't give women any. They ain't trying to give you any. Like legit though, legit. That's why I say you gotta be legit with it. And then that's the power of sexual discipline. Because otherwise, let's just be real. You got men out here getting jacked up and they just chasing the 90. And they doing, not even just chasing, but they just putting themselves in a position where they changing up who they are, following her agenda. Letting her get away with stuff, following her agenda. And everything. And let me be clear about it. This ain't no Because some people, you know, you got some scuttle like, oh, they're hating women. It's like, no, it's just a man loving himself. That's all. Because a lot of men are getting messed up. A lot of men are getting messed up. I mean, and if somebody tries to say, well, no, that's hating women and stuff, not following her agenda. Well, how is it following? Why would a man want to follow her agenda? And it could be paternity fraud until that's addressed. Or, you know, a woman cheating. We don't talk about that, do we? So anyway, yeah. So you want to get to that point as a man. You actually, here's the thing. You want to get to that point as a man where you attract a woman just being authentic to who you are, but you got control over who you give the D to. Then, because once you trump the pussy card, you're not following her agenda. You're only doing stuff according to what you want to do. So, anyway, that's all I have for now. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.